Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, with another episode of VSW. Thank you, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner. We're here on VSW, and we are going to talk about Limitless Pressure Point. This was the final taping by Limitless, and it was premiered on IWTV, but it was the final, closed taping. No audience, no fans. The pandemic era of wrestling, as it's to be known, across the sport. But nevertheless, they delivered 110% again. They always do. Limitless Wrestling never fails. It is a very, very, how do I say? I mean, no matter what, you're always going to enjoy it. It's very consistent in its excellence. And it's one of my favorite promotions out there. And just really, really an overall great wrestling experience. We went out there, for the Patience is a Virtue that had live fans. And that happened before this show was aired. So it's kind of interesting to see. And then we are going to be at Undeniable on the 31st. And we will be doing a preview and recap of that show as well here on the VSW. So check out and stay tuned for that. Also, I just wanted to say before we jump into this, check out Cruising for a Bruisin'. It is our first pay-per-view of podcasts. We had 10 of the Independent's brightest stars showing interviews, and right now we're running a little contest. Highest viewed interviewed winner gets $100. So yeah, check out all the fun there on VSW. But yeah, back to Limitless Pressure Point. This was amazing. So, you had Davey Ann, up against John Albert's mystery opponent. And John Albert brought out Cashew. Now, if you've seen Chaz, whatever you want to call him, Cashew around, he is a great up-and-coming star. When I first saw him, and he's made great gains now, and I think he's, a star. No more up-and-coming. He's making big strides all across New England in a bunch of different promotions. So definitely check him out. And I can see why Mac Daniels picked him. He's a great adversary. But come on. Really, though? I mean, it's Davey Ann, the gatekeeper. She's gonna kill you. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, she beat Cashew. And, Albert still wants to, to make strides with Davey Ann, get in her corner. I think, try to get her a title shot. I don't know. Part of his prestigious, he has ideas and plans for her. She's not biting so far, though. So we have to see and wait what will happen with that. Then, we had another great matchup. The blue-collared badass J.D. Drake taking on Poison Youth, Robin Mutter. These individuals are also killing it on the scene. You can find Robin Mutter all over the place. He's really, first place I saw him was Limitless, and now I've kind of followed him around to all the promotions that he's been working. And J.D. Drake, the name, he just speaks for himself. You can catch him on AEW television. He, is an incredible wrestler with a lot of strength and power. And this, was a good test, I think, for Robin Mutter. Seeing that, he is kind of, trying to make a name for himself, trying to, really just show everybody, he's worth it, Take me. I am your guy. Unfortunately, J.D. Drake is a powerhouse, and he is, one of the best in the industry right now. And he did get the win over Robert Mata. But, like I said, no skin off your back. Keep doing what you're doing out there. I'm watching you. I'm sure there's a lot of fans watching you. They love you. You can see that by just what happened with the whole wallet incident. When you lost your wallet, us fans really put out for you. And it's, because we do care and we do want to watch you do greatness in professional wrestling. And you know what? You're doing it. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't take these losses as losses. Take them as lessons. Because, eventually it will be your time. It will be you versus Daniel Garcia or whoever the limitless champion may be. JD Drake is, I don't know what's next for him. He already fought Garcia. Should he fight him again? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how any of these matches would go without Blackwood on the sidelines. I mean, if he was barred from any of the matches, would Garcia still be champion? That is what you have to ask yourself, folks. We had also a very great matchup. The Wild Child, Jody Threat, taking on the leader of the Scrungy Squad, Becca. These two women are amazing, and they're lighting up the industry as well. Becca, very athletic. She's added a new moonsault to her moveset, and it's quite breathtaking, honestly, to watch her fly through the air. There's plenty of videos up. I think I have one up. There's a bunch of other people that have one up. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Like I said, it's mesmerizing, that little jump that she's now done. She did get the win over Jody Threat, and, Jody Threat is another great competitor in Limitless or wherever else she is. She has that Wild Child just attitude with the fans. Love it. They're behind her. I think this matchup, the fans were 50-50. If there would have been fans, what I'm saying, like at the arena. At home, I know I was 50-50 because, like I said, both of these women are good. No one's really the bad guy here. No one's really taunting you, so it's hard to not stand behind either one. And with Jody Threat and her having issues, getting back to the U.S. to wrestle, I'm so happy she is because she is lighting up the scene. But Becca, continuing on her streak of greatness, does get the win. And, the sky's the limit for her. She has come such a long, long way. Then you had the Battle of Kevins. And again now, one of the stipulations was no Garcia in Blackwood's corner. So you had Kevin Blackwood taking on Kevin Koo. Very underrated is Kevin Koo. I don't think a lot of people give him enough recognition that he deserves. That's just my opinion. But, he gave it a good fight. I'll give it that. Kevin Blackwood did get the victory, though. And you know what? Kevin Blackwood, in my opinion, should be the number one contender for the Limitless World title, which puts his good buddy from Buffalo in a very peculiar predicament. Does Blackwood just step aside and just be like, I'll be number two the rest of my life? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It will be very interesting. Those guys are tight. Okay, they're real tight. So, it's going to be interesting what happens with, like I said, Kevin Blackwood, because there really is only one next place for him to go, one next stop. And that's going to be at the top. We had another very hard-hitting matchup, too, as well, with Tyree Taylor and Ken Broadway. These two just, brawled and wrestled and it was just a great matchup. One of my favorite matches of the evening. And, I was just mesmerized by it because they are two hard-hitting folks. And, like I said, they just give a great matchup singly. So, like, putting these two together was just, I don't know, genius idea. Whoever Limitless's head booker is did a genius job with this matchup because I've been waiting kind of for this for a little bit. I like both of these guys. And at the end of the day, it was Tyree Taylor that was a little bit too much for Ken Broadway in taking the win. So, congratulations, Tyree. You're going to be doing good things in Limitless. And, Ken Broadway saying to you, congratulations. You gave a hell of a battle. And, the sky's the limit for you, too. So, overall, though, a great matchup and very fun one to watch. Now, the next match, I don't know if it was so much fun to watch. I was personally a little scared. There was some glass involved. There was the mirror on the wall brawl between lovers. I mean, bitter enemies. You had Love Doug versus the very wicked Ava Everett. These two have been at each other's throats for a long time now. Love Doug sneaking the win out. I wouldn't even call it sneaking. He beat her, fair and square. Let's face it. He beat her in that Bed of Roses match. But, this was a different beast here in the mirror on the wall brawl. And I think Ava Everett was even more ferocious than she's ever been. Poor Love Doug did not find love here at Pressure Point. His heart was broken as Ava Everett got the victory. Now, here's my thing. Every lover knows that these things need a best out of 3. Now, Love Doug is 1-1. Ava is 1-1. We need a final third battle showdown here to decide, who the real winner is. And hopefully we get that because I love matches between these two. They are great. It's a great chemistry. It's great work. It looks good. And, it's a great story to be told. And, that's a lost art in a lot of wrestling. Is a great story to be told. It's hard to do, especially monthly to monthly. We don't have no more The Road. We don't have no more weeklies. It's all coming back to just the whole monthly grind. But these stories are still carried on. And, Limitless does a great job with the storytelling. Then you had another one of my favorite matches of the night. A tag team matchup. You had MSP. They got that new vibe, the drip with Aiden Agro and Danger Kid taking on the Sea Stars of Ashley Vox and Delmy Exo, who have just been tearing it up. You can catch them on AEW television as well. And, MSP has been tearing it up. You can find them all over the place, too. I saw them at No Peace Underground. They did a very nice matchup in a very non-conventional, traditional arena. And it worked. It was beautiful. These two are, one of Maine's probably greatest tag teams, but they're just not finding luck here, as the Sea Stars have taken the victory from them. And I say bad luck, if you watched what happened at Patience is a Virtue, you would have seen that MSP, lost against that trio in the trios match against Prestigious. And then, they also had lost the big match against Garcia and Blackwood. That some title belts, tag title belts. That also, didn't happen. They have not been able to get in their groove for a little bit now here in Maine. And I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they're just not vibing with each other. If there's something deeper down going on, that we're not seeing on the stage or on the television. I don't know. It's something to be watching, though. I mean, they are on a little bit of a losing streak, and they seem pretty frustrated with their loss. I don't know. We have to wait and see. I mean, I think they're going to come back strong. I have faith in MSP as a tag team. They are one of my favorites. I always have. So, I'll be keeping a close eye on this whole situation. Then you had another one of my favorite matches, and this thing was just brutality. You had Beef the Freak versus Rip Bison, and they just beat the hell out of each other the whole time, really. Just kept beating each other until Beef the Freak just gave him a pounding. Just really pounded Rip Bison to the ground. It was everything I like. I love this kind of violence in wrestling. I love this kind of stuff in professional sports. It is one of the best. This reminded me of the old 70s when they would just beat the hell out of each other for the fun of it. And this is what pro wrestling is all about, folks. It was a great matchup that ended in a no contest. And, there will be another one. There will be a part 2 to this. I am so excited. We will be talking about that on our next podcast. But, like I said, catch this match out. And I'm now a new big fan of Beef the Freak. He is becoming, one of my limitless favorites. His attitude, his character, just how he is, his weirdness, and his brutality. I love it. I completely love it. But these two beat the hell out of each other. Definitely want to check that one out. And that brings us to our main event of the evening. The big one, folks. You had Alec Price, the Prize City OG, AC Romero, and Red Death, Daniel Garcia, all fighting for the limitless world title. Weird kind of thing in a way. Alec Price fought like hell to become the number one contender, and he was granted a match against Garcia for the title. He should have been able to face him one-on-one, folks. I don't know why Ace Romero needed to be like Daniel Bryan and be tossed into the match. I know Ace and Price have some beef, and, yes, okay, Ace Romero beat Price, and maybe he thought he deserves that number one spot, because, he could beat the man that beat the man, and so forth and so on. But, in all fairness, it wasn't fair to Alec Price. He should have had his time to shine. I think this, like I said it in my preview, it made a distraction, and it did. It caused a distraction for him. And it gave Garcia many ways to capitalize. He didn't have Blackwood on his side in the corner. That was one of the stipulations. That's fine, but he didn't need it. You had them two fight each other. He could take times to rest. He could take times to strategize, to plot, to plan. And at the end of the day, it was Red Death, Daniel Garcia, making Alec Price tap with that vicious leg lock. He almost snapped it right off. Garcia went insane. Like I said, it looked like he was going to pull Alec Price's leg right out of socket. And Price had no choice but to tap. I don't think anybody could have, really dealt with that kind of pain for much longer anyways. Was it fair to him? No, because I think, again, if this was a one-on-one fight, I think Alec Price would have had a much better chance. He wouldn't have had to worry about what Ace was doing. He could have just focused on Red Death, and he could have taken this title. That's my opinion. It's not what happened, though. And Garcia is still your limitless world champion. Heard some big news announced. He will be facing Wheeler Yuta for the IWTV Championship at the IWTV 100. We'll be out there, folks. We got a doubleheader out there. We're with Camp Leapfrog with Abby Jane's 21st birthday and then IWTV 100. It's going to be a great time out there. You're not going to want to miss it. But definitely check out our limitless reigning and defending and fighting champion. Get a chance at capturing that IWTV gold. I mean, that's going to be a big, big accolade if he pulls it off and can defeat the menacing Wheeler Yuta. My God, what a day in professional sports that's going to be. My God, what a day in history. I thank you, everybody, for listening. This has been a great time here on the VSW podcast. Go to IWTV. Go check out Limitless Wrestling. You know, it's on there. There's a bunch of events. And then go down to Pressure Point and watch it if you have not already. Even if you have, watch it again. Then come, let's talk about it. Talk about it in the comments. You know, shoot me a message. I love talking wrestling, especially independent. It's one of my pastimes. So let's do that and have yourself a great day. Versace Stoner out.